Have you ever reached a point where you question whether your goodness even matters? Have you ever wondered why, despite your honesty, kindness, or integrity, life still seems unfair? Why do those who cheat, lie, and manipulate rise faster, while you, the ones who chose the harder but righteous path, are left behind? Welcome back to the channel. It means a lot that you're here today, because the topic we're exploring is something every soul grapples with sooner or later. The test of faith in goodness. In a world that often seems dominated by injustice and imbalance, the question of whether good really leads to good has become more pressing than ever. But here's the truth, a truth that may not be immediately visible but is eternally valid. Goodness is not transactional, it's transformational. And those who persist, to choose to act from compassion even when the world offers no applause, no reward, and no recognition, those are the ones who eventually witness the most profound miracles. Not always the loud kind, often the silent kind, but always the real kind. Let me take you into a story. There was once a young man named Zen, who worked as a low-paid clerk in a government office. He was known for being upright and kind. When others took bribes, he refused. When others manipulated paperwork to gain favors, he quietly followed the rules. He had dreams, big dreams, of starting his own school for poor children. But year after year, his applications for funding were denied. His co-workers mocked him. His family urged him to play the game if he ever wanted to succeed. Still, he didn't bend. And one winter, a severe audit swept through the office. Corruption was exposed. Any of his superiors were removed. Zen, quiet and honest, was not only untouched, he was promoted. Within a year, he received a government grant to open his school. What people called naive was actually foresight. What they saw as weakness was his greatest strength. This is the law of cause and effect, not in the timeline we demand, but in the rhythm life requires. We're not taught this enough. We're taught to hustle, to outsmart, to climb by any means necessary. And when someone says, do the right thing even when no one is watching, we quietly wonder, but does it pay? Here's the thing, it may not always pay in gold, but it pays in peace, pays in alignment, and eventually, it pays in destiny. Let me introduce you to another story. A woman named Mai ran a small vegetarian restaurant. Business was hard, where competitors often used shady marketing tricks, fake reviews, undercutting, even harassment. He refused. He focused on clean food, friendly service, and prayers over every meal served. Her earnings were meager, but she said, I'd rather close my doors than poison someone's body or heart. Years passed. One day, a famous food blogger accidentally visited her shop. He was touched by her sincerity and wrote a glowing review. Within a week, her restaurant was packed. Within a year, she had expanded to 3 locations. That wasn't luck. That was goodness maturing. You see, goodness has a delay. It's like planting a seed. The ground doesn't erupt the next day. It takes water, sun, silence. But when it blooms, it's unshakable. And here's what most people miss. When you do good, you're not just creating better circumstances. You're becoming a different kind of person. You walk lighter, you sleep better, you speak clearer, your heart becomes your compass, not your cravings. And that transformation protects you in ways you can measure. There was a teenager named Li Wei, who once stole money from his mother's purse. When she found out, she didn't yell, she didn't hit him. She sat him down and told him a story about a man who lied his way into wealth but lost his only son to illness, and how no amount of money could bring that boo back. She said, what you earn through lies will never feed your soul, but what you earn through honesty will nourish generations. That day changed him. He returned the money, apologized, and made a vow. 20 years later, he became a lawyer known for defending the helpless. Judges trusted him, clients adored him, and when asked why, he always said, my mother reminded me what kind of man I wanted to become. That's the miracle of good karma. It doesn't just reward you, it rewires you. But let's be honest, It's hard. Watching others rise through deception while you struggle through honesty can break your spirit. And that's why stories matter, because they remind us of the long view. Let's take a pause and ask, what if your struggle isn't a punishment but preparation? What if the universe is sharpening your character, deepening your roots, so that when your tree finally bears fruit, the storms can shake it? Because here's something beautiful: and delayed blessings are often the strongest. They're not built on flashes of chance. They're built on the foundation of character. Ink of the Buddhist office. It vows not to rush toward personal enlightenment, but to return again and again to help others. They chose the longer path, the harder path, and yet they shine the brightest. So if you've been walking the path of integrity and feel unseen, know this: you are being watched, not by cameras, but by karma. Your efforts are not wasted. Your kindness is not ignored. Every time you say no to dishonesty, a part of your soul strengthens. Every time you help without seeking credit, a part of the world heals. Every time you hold your tongue when anger rises, you choose peace over ego. And those small acts, they build empires of unseen protection. In Buddhist scriptures, it's said that even a drop of compassion can extinguish oceans of karma, that a single sincere act can echo across lifetimes. So when you're tempted to quit gun instant, because just beyond the test is the turning point. Your patience, your faith, your stubborn refusal to become like the world's worst examples. With these are your weapons, these are your seeds, and soon they will become your harvest. Let me leave you with one more story. An old monk once said to his disciple, "Plant your tree, water it," and said, "Others will laugh at your empty field. But one day, your tree will give shade to kings. That day will come for you. Stay true." Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've ever struggled with the question of whether your goodness truly matters, please share your story in the comments. Your courage might be the light someone else needs to continue walking their path. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and become a member of the channel if you'd like to support this mission of truth and transformation. Until next time, keep walking with your head high and your heart clean. Miracles favor those who never give up on the good.